Hi, welcome to Gemstone Tarot weekend reading, 28th and the 29th of, God, I've got cat hair all over my jumper, of August 2021. Moon in Taurus on Saturday, then moving into Gemini. Gemini is a sign that does represent mime and talk on the Sunday, okay, which is nice. We like that. We're going to have a couple of facts. We're on the last page of this fact book. And it says, if you open your eyes in a pitch black room, do you remember doing that when you were a child? Yes, I remember that. That's my impression of me as a child, opening my eyes in a pitch black room. I don't know why it looks like that. If you open your eyes in a pitch black room, the colour you will see is Eigengrau. E-I-G-E-N-G-R-A-U. Eigengrau. Wowzers. The average tree is made up of about 1% of living cells at any given time. Humans are not appropriate prey for great white sharks. That's nice. I'm here to bring all of the good news because their digestion is too slow to cope with the ratio of bone to muscle and fat. A study conducted by University of Oxford found that for every person that you fall in love with and accommodate into your life, you lose 2 close friends. Leave me a comment about that, please. Is that true in your experience? How do they know that? A study conducted by the University of Oxford found for every person you fall in love with and accommodate into your life, you lose 2 close friends. Why? Palladini Tarot. I'm stunned. I'm stunned. Hope you have a good bank holiday weekend in the UK. This is the bank holiday weekend. Let's see what we can see with the Palladini. I think it's a 90s tarot, this one. I think we've looked it up before. Oh, one of you was asking what my card layout is. I don't really have a card layout, but sort of, if I do, it's 9 cards-ish, maybe 9 cards and then like a clarifier on the side. I used to watch, first, I think I've said this before, the first tarot reader I watched on YouTube was Moonwater Tarot. And she is, no, I don't think she has a channel at the moment. I wish she did, because I would watch it. And she had a cat as well. I know, this is it. And I was obviously thinking, I'm going to do this with a cat. What was her cat called? If any of you know what her cat was called, her cat was amazing. But she was also amazing, and she used to do 9 cards. And I think that from watching her, I just, for some reason, got into 9 cards and a cat. So there you go. Okay. Palladini Tarot. And the Knight of Plod is back. I know. Hello, Knight of Plod. Here he is. I'm too used to doing the 1-minute readings. Have a look, by the way. There's loads of 1-minute readings. I have to film them in whatever it is when your phone is vertical. And the card always, you can see me with the card going like this, trying to get it because it's different. So, Knight of Pentacles, Knight of Plod. There is something in the offing, but again, it's patience and it's building. And it's not falling foul. I do believe there are a lot of planets going into retrograde or already are retrograde. Not sure. Have a look on the astrology. Molly McCord, Gregory Scott, etc. Pam Gregory. It just feels that feeling, that retrograde feeling. It is a feeling. There you go. I've mined a retrograde. That's my retrograde. It's also taking a welly out of mud. It's just like, think of that. Taking a welly out of mud, and if it's Mercury retrograde, your foot coming out of the welly and going into the mud with a sock on, and you're not having any spare socks. You know, it's that kind of feeling. Preparation is kind of key, but I find these days just acceptance is key as well. Retrograde energy is there for a reason, I've finally realised. Not for me to fight against it, which is what I used to do, but to actually consider what I'm doing in the fashion of the energy that I've got to do it with. So if I'm dealing with retrograde energy, it might be a good time to go back and sort something out. You know, we had judgment come up a lot this week. Go back, sort something out, get something in order from the past, do a job that you've been putting off for ages. It's all that kind of yin energy of going backwards rather than trying to create. Because what you tend to find, this is just my experience, when you try and create in more retro energy, you are going uphill, you do create problems. And sometimes the friction of that, when the planets go direct again, works out because it uncovers something that you wouldn't have got to otherwise, but mostly it doesn't, and you end up with your welly stuck in the mud. Okay, so Knight of Pentacles, and underneath it, 10 of Cups in reverse. There's something you're not getting that you want, and it could be love, it could be a person, a relationship, a job, whatever it is. It's like a heartfelt desire. It's like, I want this. You know, sometimes it's that simple. I can't even qualify. I just want it, you know, want it. And there's something standing in the way of it. But again, do you know what? There might be a really good reason for that. I'm not saying everything happens for a reason. Notice that, please. Here I am. The Hermit. The Hermit is another card. It's a yin card. It's an introvert's card. It's the card of stopping in your cave. Look at that hat. Look at that hat. Wearing a weird hat. Getting out a lamp. All that kind of stuff. It's time to draw on your inner resources when you probably don't feel like it, but there are plenty of them. And I'm going to take an Goliath Tarot shadow card because before I started the reading, I just felt like I should. And then I was like, no one wants your shadow card, Gemma. But we have to have it because the need is there. So something that we're avoiding or something that we need to, Ooh. Now, the Goliath Tarot has 78 cards like a normal tarot. Then it has 10 extra cards, which are amazing. Normally, and this is just, again, my experience, when people do extras on top of the 78, I normally am like, nah. Apart from Brian and Wendy Frew, their extras are really good. But normally it's a bit extra, you know. With the Goliath, I would argue the best cards in the deck are the 10 extra ones. Okay. The karmic, God, that's so powerful. This is the shadow side of things. The tribe, the family. The karmic soul tribe, the family. Now, your soul tribe are not necessarily your actual blood relative family always. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. This is to do with, and I think maybe your tribe is changing, and it does, doesn't it? It doesn't change like 3 times in a week, but it certainly changes. Do you remember yesterday when we said that study that said when you fall in love, you lose 2 close friends? You do have a certain shedding process and a certain, I think what does happen as well, maybe, and yeah, let me know in the comment section, is as you get older, you shed more friends than you make. For one reason or another. It's not the same as when you were young, you know, where you'd meet 50 different people at college and then not be in touch with loads of different people. And there's this flux, isn't there, in and out of people, which slows a little, I think. But also as you become older and wiser and maybe less in need of external approval, you kind of weed out the things that you don't, or the people that you don't need. Okay, speaking of which, we've got the Queen of Wands and we've got the Queen of Swords in reverse, and this is competition of some sort. If you are competitive with someone else, or if they are interfering with you, because we also have the Hierophant in reverse over here, there may be a situation where you're in a toxic workplace for some of you. And you need to free yourself either psychologically or literally. You may be in a toxic friendship. There may be something toxic in your tribe. it's just that feeling for me. And again, we did these angel cards, which I'm rather liking at the moment. And I can't remember what the card was, but it was really good. And it was something to do with clearing your energy. So, yes. Let's have a look. No, it's not that one. It's that one. Ooh. Ascended Masters, or as we say, chuck it up to Mike, Archangel Michael et al. Powerful, loving, wise spiritual teachers who are not the Hierophant. This is your earthly people. Might be time for a bit of a higher plane. Chuck it up to Mike. However you contact the higher plane, and everybody has different ways of doing it, it would probably be a good idea. Okay, you could even just say it to your boss, couldn't you? Like, not now, no thank you, I'm contacting a higher plane, I'll get back to you. Please don't do that. I don't want you to lose your job, unless you want to. Up to you. Leave me a comment, let me know what trouble you get in, and I'll see you soon. Namaste.